Hitler and the Nazis had been defeated, and now the uneasy truce between the USA and the Soviets had dissolved into a fog of paranoia, secrecy and intrigue. The CIA's first enemy was to be the Red Menace from Russia.
Our homes, our nation, all the things we believe in are in great danger. This danger has been created by the rulers of the Soviet Union.
In 1946, the CIA was desperate for information and intelligence on the Soviets. It was prepared to employ anyone with insider knowledge on the Russians, even if that meant working with the Nazis.
I was in Austria in the 1940s, and we were under tremendous pressure from our superiors to get information about the Soviet zone of Austria and about Soviet troop movements and Soviet political movements in Hungary and Czechoslovakia. And we had nobody. We had nobody, and so we went and recruited people, and we didn't look very closely, there's no doubt about it, we didn't look very closely to the background of these people.
Many of these people were hardcore Nazis. Some were out-and-out Nazi war criminals who should have been tried, and many got away with murder.
Using Nazi war criminals is how the CIA got started, and these were as bad guys as you could ever find.
The CIA's main Nazi spy asset was a man by the name of Reinhard Gehlen, seen here in secret footage with other Nazis employed by the CIA. Gehlen had been Hitler's main spy chief against the Russians during the Second World War, so he had massive amounts of intelligence on the Soviets. The CIA thought he'd be the perfect man to do their spying for them.
Reinhard Gehlen was a brigadier general in charge of intelligence on the Eastern Front until April of 1945. April 1945, a month before the war ended, he realized it was lost, and he and several colleagues decided that they would take their files and bury them and give them to the Americans. They felt that they could make a better deal with the Americans, and the CIA, a newly established organization with a good big budget, picked him up.
The CIA brought hundreds of Hitler's ex-intelligence officers back to the USA after the war. At secret bases, they were retrained as CIA spies, then sent back to Germany to start spying on the Russians. So just how many Nazis were on the CIA payroll? Ex-Congresswoman Elizabeth Holtzman has spent years uncovering the CIA's secret Nazi files.
We've discovered already 100 names of Nazi war criminals who were working in Gehlen's operation. They themselves may have been in danger of prosecutions because of their involvement in war crimes. Of course, if they were working for the CIA, that danger was gone.
The CIA did a secret deal with the Nazis. In return for their services, the CIA guaranteed that not one of them would be charged with war crimes committed whilst they'd worked for Hitler.
Why didn't anybody stop to ask the moral question? At that point, no one could hide anymore from the secrets of Auschwitz. The concentration camps and what happened in them were writ large over Europe. People understood the horrors of what the Nazis had done. How could we then turn around and protect the very people who were responsible for the deaths and murders of 6 million Jews and millions of non-Jews? By uncovering the secrets of 60 years ago, we can come up with some of the same problems and issues that we confront today, and hopefully it will allow us to make wiser decisions.